Hi, this is Mike Burke again with Sunstoppers Window Tinting. I'm here today to have the pleasure of working with Marco, the lead trainer at Expel. He's here today to help me with this video to go over the process of tinting a Model 3 Tesla back window. There's certain stages. A lot of guys in the industry that are rookies, a little bit newer to the game, have difficulty doing these back glass. Marco's a professional, as am I, so we're gonna do a little video demonstration today of step 1, step 2, step 3, and then we're gonna actually show different dry shrinking techniques. And what that means is we're gonna do a couple heat gun demonstrations of showing how the film manipulates, pull, stretch. Marco's a genius when it comes to the heat gun manipulation. He's actually a master of the torch that we'll see later in this demonstration. Marco, it's your stage. Go ahead there, buddy.
All right, guys, so we already cleaned this with glass cleaner and a microfiber towel. So what I'm gonna do, just get your slip solution, wet the entire back glass. And I like to use 2 dryer sheets. I want it extremely soapy. So just wet this with your slip and brush it in your hands really good until you see a lot of the soap residue come off. And then I like to go in the up and down direction because that's the way the film shrinks, because I don't want any other grains going in a different direction because I want the film to just flow freely.
I totally learned something new. I'm kind of the wax on, wax off type guy. I basically was doing circles, so this is very different for me. I'm actually learning something right now. Actually, I want to point out right now that Marco has these rubber gloves on. If you go and do a study, the bounce dryer sheets over time have a chemical property to them that can get into your skin. It is recommended, if you are going to do this process, to use the rubber gloves.
Yeah. So you can see that I made lines going in this direction, not circular, because I don't want the film to turn in another direction. You might fry the film. All right?
We're gonna let this dry here for a few minutes, then we're gonna come back, lay the film out. Okay, so the next phase of this process is to roll the film out. Marco's gonna grab his side, I'm gonna grab this side, and we pre-cut this to the measurements of the Model 3.
All right.
Marco, I'm gonna let you take it from here.
Beautiful. All right, so what you're going to do, you're gonna make your H. Because this is such a large piece of glass, you have to use a 60-inch wide roll of film, and you have to put the fingers in this direction, okay? So just gonna anchor it in the middle with my half moon, AKA smart card, and just gonna make my H right here. I like to make a big center tack to minimize the fingers. This makes this install significantly faster. All right, here, and then I'm gonna just cut on this right here. The benefit of having your own Tesla Model 3 back window is that it's a selling point as well. So you can tell your customers, hey, we have our own piece of glass, we're gonna use our template rather than working on yours and run the risk of cutting or damaging your back window. Got it.
Perfect, so the next phase is for me to come in here and do this on this side as well.
Thank you, sir. That's good right there. Good.
Are you gonna cut any of this?
I don't.
You don't cut? Okay.
No.
Can you explain why?
I like to leave excess on the sides just so I can pull. More film to pull so that you can float the film a lot easier. All right?
I think I'm actually on my side have a little bit more than you.
Okay.
So I think I'm gonna actually take some of this off.
All right, so the heat gun's already warmed up, it's primed, so it's all preference. You can start on this side or that side, doesn't matter. And what I'm doing, I'm just gonna lightly pull the film. This is the pull shrink method, and I'm only gonna heat right where I'm pulling. And notice I didn't make a big tack right here. All right, a little bit different than Mike, but I'm just gonna heat right where it's hovering the glass. And I'm doing just a light tug, okay? and heat shrink it like you normally do.
So if you notice the pull technique, basically all you're doing is tapping the film a little bit at a time. And I like to go and do it more evenly. I like to go all the way across and do about 2 inches at a time. I'll use a circle technique. I'll use a wiggle, what I call a wiggle heat gun technique, where I just kind of wiggle it back and forth. And I'm all going down about 2 inches at a time. And it's slow and steady, guys. Just very slow and steady. It's not a race, but you just want to take the heat.
Not a race yet.
Not a race yet, exactly. It's all good. We're having fun here today. This is a good way to get ahead when you have downtime in your shop. You can sit here and just kind of do a couple of these windows, roll them up in the box. So the next Tesla customer that comes in, you already have the window already pre-cut, pre-shrunk, ready to go. Kind of saves you a time if you're a high volume Tesla dealership like we are. We do quite a few of those. So if you could zoom in and look at this window right here, that's flat. A lot of guys will come and use this card, and they'll come back and actually try to make sure that it's all down. I use kind of a different technique where I don't like to use this card to do this. I like to re-wet it and come back and actually push it down with this tool after it's wet underneath. It's kind of one of the formulas that I use. It's an old school technique.
Wet check.
Wet check. A little wet check. A little wet check.
All right. Yeah, so from here, then we're going to just cut our pattern out and install it. It's ready to go.
Thank you guys for tuning into the video here at Sunstoppers. I want to thank Marco for coming down to Charlotte, North Carolina and working with us on this great video. We're going to cut the pattern, save it, put it in a box, and my guys will use it on the next car. Thank you very much. You guys have a great day.